Welcome to Vivid English Avenue, where we learn English through powerful stories that change the way you think and speak. Today's story will grip your heart and grow your English skills. Let's begin. High up in the cold, snowy mountains of traditional Norway, there was a beautiful green valley. In this valley stood a cozy wooden farmhouse with grass growing on the roof, which was very common in the old days. The house belonged to a husband named Olaf and his wife named Elsa. Olaf was a big, strong man with broad shoulders and a thick brown beard. Every morning, he went deep into the dark pine forest with his heavy metal axe to cut down tall trees. It was very difficult, physical work. Because his job was so hard, Olaf believed he was the hardest working man in the entire world. He also believed that his work was the only work that mattered. Elsa, on the other hand, was a quiet, intelligent, and deeply patient woman. She stayed at the farmhouse every day. She did not cut down heavy trees, but her days were completely full from sunrise to sunset. She had to milk the family cow, feed the noisy chickens, collect the eggs, clean the dusty floors, wash the heavy winter clothes by hand, bake fresh bread, churn the cream into yellow butter, and cook a hot meal before Olaf came home. Her work never ever stopped. But Olaf did not respect Elsa's work. When he came home in the evening, smelling like sweat and pine trees, he always complained. One stormy winter evening, Olaf threw the heavy wooden front door open. He stomped his snowy boots on the floor, threw his heavy axe into the corner, and sighed very loudly. "Ah," he shouted, rubbing his sore back. "I am so tired. My bones hurt. My hands are covered in cuts. You have no idea how lucky you are, Elsa. You just stay inside this warm, safe house all day. You play with the chickens and stir a pot of soup. Housework is nothing. It is basically a holiday." Elsa was standing by the warm fire, stirring a large pot of stew. She stopped stirring. She took a deep breath, wiped her hands on her white apron, and turned to look at her husband. She did not yell. She did not cry. Instead, she smiled a very small, clever smile. "Olaf, my dear husband," Elsa said softly, "you are very angry and very tired. If you truly believe that my job is so easy, why don't we switch places tomorrow? You can stay home, enjoy the warm fire, and do my simple little chores. I will take your heavy axe, walk into the freezing forest, and cut down the trees. We will see who has the easier life." Olaf laughed loudly. His deep voice echoed in the small wooden house. "Switch places? With you? That is the best idea you have ever had. I will gladly stay home. I will finally get some real rest." The next morning, the sun rose pale and yellow over the snowy mountains. Elsa woke up very early. She put on Olaf's heavy winter coat, picked up his large iron axe, and walked out into the freezing wind without a single complaint. She looked peaceful. Olaf stretched his arms, yawned, and stayed in the warm bed for an extra hour. "Ah, this is the life," he said to himself. "Now, what does my wife actually do all day? Ah, yes, she makes butter. I will make the butter first." Olaf walked into the kitchen and poured thick white cream into the tall wooden butter churn. He began to push the wooden stick up and down, mixing the cream to turn it into solid butter. After 10 minutes, his arms began to feel a little tired. His throat became very dry. Making butter makes a man thirsty, Olaf thought. "I will go down into the dark cellar and get a cup of sweet apple cider from the wooden barrel." He left the butter churn in the middle of the kitchen floor and walked down the wooden stairs into the cool cellar. He opened the little tap on the large wooden barrel, and the golden apple cider began to pour into his cup. Suddenly, right above his head, he heard a terrible noise. Crash, bang, oink. Oh no, Olaf yelled. The front door was open. The farm pig is inside the kitchen. Olaf panicked. He dropped his cup, turned around, and ran up the stairs as fast as he could. But in his panic, he forgot to close the tap on the cider barrel. The sweet, sticky apple cider continued to pour out, flooding the cellar floor. When Olaf reached the kitchen, the scene was a complete disaster. The huge, dirty pink pig was running around the room. The pig bumped directly into the tall wooden butter churn. The churn fell over with a loud smash. Thick white cream spilled perfectly across the clean wooden floor. The pig happily began to drink the cream, making loud, messy noises. Olaf was furious. He grabbed a broom and chased the pig out the front door, screaming wildly. When the pig was gone, Olaf looked at the floor. The cream was completely ruined. There would be no butter for bread today. Suddenly, he remembered the cellar. The cider, he screamed. He ran back down the stairs, but it was too late. The large wooden barrel was completely empty. The entire cellar floor was a sticky lake of apple cider. Olaf sat on the stairs and held his head in his hands. It was not even lunchtime yet, and he had already ruined the butter and the drink. Okay, stay calm, Olaf, he whispered to himself. I just need to focus on one thing at a time. I need to feed the cow. He walked outside. The family cow, named Daisy, was standing by the wooden fence, looking very hungry. In Norway, many old houses had living grass roofs. Olaf looked up and saw thick, green, delicious grass growing perfectly on the roof of his house. I could carry the heavy grass down to the cow, Olaf thought, scratching his beard. But that is too much work. I am a smart man. I will put the cow on the roof. She can eat the grass up there, and I won't have to carry anything. Olaf grabbed a long, flat piece of wood and created a ramp against the side of the low house. He pulled Daisy the cow by her rope, forcing her to walk up the ramp. Daisy was very confused, but slowly she climbed onto the roof. Perfect! Olaf smiled proudly. But wait. The roof is shaped like a triangle. What if the cow slips and falls off the edge? Olaf had another terrible idea. He tied a long, strong rope around the cow's neck. He took the other end of the heavy rope and dropped it right down the stone chimney of the house. Then he ran back inside the house, went to the fireplace, grabbed the end of the rope coming down the chimney, and tied it tightly around his own right leg. Now, Olaf laughed, feeling like a genius. If the cow starts to fall, my heavy body will hold her up. I am the smartest husband in the world. Now, I must cook the porridge for dinner before Elsa gets home. Olaf put a giant black metal pot filled with water and oats over the fire. The fire was burning hot. The porridge began to bubble. Olaf stood next to the fire, tied to the rope, stirring the porridge, feeling very proud of himself. But up on the roof, Daisy the cow had walked too close to the edge to reach a fresh patch of green grass. Suddenly, her foot slipped on a wet stone. Daisy let out a loud moo and tumbled right off the side of the roof. Daisy was a very heavy cow. When she fell, the rope tightened immediately. Down in the kitchen, Olaf was violently jerked upward. Ah! He screamed as the rope pulled his leg straight up into the dark, dirty chimney. He was pulled halfway up the narrow stone tunnel, hanging completely upside down over the hot pot of porridge. He could not move. He could not get down. His face was covered in black soot and dirt. Outside, Daisy the cow was hanging comfortably in the air, dangling safely above the ground, supported by Olaf's weight. An hour later, the sun began to set. Elsa walked back from the forest, carrying Olaf's heavy axe over her shoulder. She was tired, but she felt strong and happy. As she approached her home, she stopped and blinked her eyes. Her cow was hanging in the air from the roof. Oh dear, Elsa sighed, shaking her head. She dropped the axe, ran over to the cow, and quickly used a small knife to cut the heavy rope. Daisy the cow fell softly onto the grass, completely unhurt. But inside the house, the moment the rope was cut, Olaf lost his support. Whoosh! He fell straight down the dark chimney. Splash! Elsa walked into the kitchen. She found her big, proud, arrogant husband sitting perfectly inside the giant metal pot. Luckily, the fire had died down, so the porridge was only warm, not boiling. Olaf was completely covered from head to toe in thick, sticky oatmeal and black chimney dirt. Cream was still spilled across the floor. The house smelled of spilled cider. Olaf looked up at his wife. He did not yell. He did not complain. He looked very, very small. Elsa walked over, grabbed a towel, and gently wiped some oatmeal off her husband's nose. "So, my brave woodcutter," she asked with a soft smile, "did you enjoy your relaxing holiday at home?" Olaf slowly climbed out of the pot. He looked at the ruined kitchen. He looked at the dirt on his clothes. He finally looked into his wife's eyes. "Elsa," Olaf whispered, his voice shaking with true respect. "I am so sorry. I was foolish. I thought my work was the only hard work in the world. I promise you, I will never, ever underestimate you again." From that day on, Olaf went to the forest to cut trees, and Elsa stayed home to manage the farm. But the house was different. When Olaf came home, he never complained. Instead, he kissed his wife, thanked her for the clean house and the warm food, and happily helped her wash the dishes. He learned the greatest lesson of all: never judge a job until you have tried to do it yourself. Every kind of labor deserves respect, and underestimating the hard work of others is the fastest way to make a fool of yourself. Now, let's quickly learn 5 powerful words from today's story to improve your English vocabulary. 1. Arrogant, adjective, means believing that you are better or more important than other people. From the story, Olaf was arrogant because he thought his job was the hardest in the world, meaning he did not respect his wife's daily chores at all. 2. Underestimate, verb, means to think that a job is easier or a person is weaker than they actually are. From the story, Olaf underestimated housework. This means he thought cooking and cleaning were basically a holiday until he completely failed at doing them. 3. Churn, noun, means a tall wooden container used to mix thick cream into solid butter. From the story, Olaf carelessly left the wooden churn in the middle of the kitchen floor, meaning the farm pig easily knocked it over and ruined the butter. 4. Panic, verb, means to suddenly feel so much fear that you stop thinking clearly. From the story, when Olaf heard the pig in the kitchen, he panicked and ran up the stairs, meaning he completely forgot to turn off the apple cider barrel. 5. Violently, adverb, means doing something with a lot of sudden, rough, and uncontrollable physical force. From the story, the heavy cow fell off the roof and violently pulled Olaf up into the dark chimney, meaning he was jerked upward very quickly and painfully. To truly lock these new vocabulary words into your memory and improve your speaking fluency, Please rewind this video right now and listen to the story one more time. Try using the shadowing technique. Speak the words out loud at the exact same time as the narrator to practice your pronunciation and build a natural English accent. If this story made you smile or taught you a valuable lesson today, please hit the like button, subscribe to Vivid English Avenue, and share this video with a friend who is learning English. Comment below with the word respect so I know you finished the entire lesson. Keep practicing every single day, and remember, every expert was once a beginner. See you next time.